Cool. Hello again. So on this video, we're going to be covering some low-speed tunnel flying and translating it to the sky. So some of the moves that you'll see on here are quite common moves that we teach on low speed. To do this stuff, I'd recommend if you're going to do any moving throughout the sky, going with a coach still, because if you do this and you haven't done much tracking before, there is still movement and you have a very high chance that you may go up jump run, because these ones do drift. They fall at a very similar pace to what belly flying is, because they're at low speed, same as like 60% or 70%, so you are going to drift. Because you also are moving and carving a lot, there's a high chance of not falling straight down the hole. So I recommend these guys, if you're going to do this, is going first in a stack up, not going in the middle, because there is the tendency to drift. Okay, so we'll have a watch. There's a combination of moving angles plus carving and head up and all that kind of stuff. So I'll try to translate what each move represents within the tunnel as well as the sky. So first we're getting off on an angle, and Mariska, Mariska is setting up, so her torso is leaning into the relative wind. As you can see, she's not upright like this. So if the plane's flying this way, she's 45. So when she gets off, she's flying straight away on that hill. So ready, set, boom, straight on angle. Chopsy's on another jump, but we just let him go. He's doing a solo track, so he thought he'd follow us. There was communication there. Straight into a carve. Now I'm doing a layout. Okay, so I've pointed for this to her. I've shown her the direction. We've done a lot of tunnel flying together, so it makes a big difference. So here she comes. Boom. You can see I'm on my belly here now. So I'm going into like a belly carve, the same as how we would carve on our belly in the tunnel. Now we start going tracking, going forwards, and you see how she starts she just puts her head down into a tracking position, and now, boom, tracking. Okay, so you can see that here it's very similar to an outface position in the tunnel, so this translation should be quite easy. We have done a lot of the belly carve to outface, so same if you do a layout, belly carve, then outface, that's essentially the same as this. So she's got her head down, torso's in line with her head, and the shins, arms are relaxed, steering with that. It's very similar to the outface in the tunnel. So you can learn how to track in the tunnel. Stalls, goes back into a carve. So now she's carving again. Cool, we're going to go for another layout. Oh, it's very tricky to show this with the 360 because there's a lot of dynamic moving from here. So let's see, she does a layout again. Boom, on the belly. Sorry about all the pausing and rotating. And half breaker. Let's watch that all again, eh? Let's just watch this at normal speed. Okay, there she is. Now, boom, layout, follows, layout on the belly, half breaker. Straight out into it. So that's the same as if we're in the sky, in a tunnel, switch, layout over the top, on the belly, half breaker. So these moves are not very, very super experienced ones. Like a lot of the time, I have done this with someone that that needs the grip in the tunnel, not just someone that can do it without. Because we don't have the walls, that's generally the reason we have the grip, is because to stop someone from hitting the wall. Now we don't have a wall, so we have a bit more freedom to be able to do this. And you can see she's not doing the massive dive layouts like we've shown in some other videos. It's just small, boom, just on the belly. I do a bit of a quicker half breaker compared to what she does. Carving around, another layout, boom, on the belly, knee fly. So this is the intro into head up tracking. If you can knee fly in the tunnel, you can also head up track in the sky. So she goes on the belly a bit. I see that, front layout again. Same thing, you don't necessarily need to be able to do this unlinked in the tunnel to be able to do this in the sky. That's the end of the jump, break off. So it does look a bit overwhelming to some. Some will probably laugh and go, Jesus, that was a lot more experience. But I can tell you now, Mariska, she's done a lot of time, a lot of flying, but a lot of these moves are quite simple to be able to do in the sky if you know what you're looking for, if you're able to break it down. So at first, just go and do the belly carve. If you do on the belly carving, just like we can see here on the jump, it's very, very, very similar to what where are we? Here we go. So boom, on the belly. Even if you want to start off on the belly, just start belly carving. Do some barrel rolls, some breakers, learn to belly carve, track, stop, belly carve again, track. So it's just getting these motions, learning these lines. Yeah, that one there is really key. It translates very easy to head down. Cool. All right, guys, so it's a short one, but I hope you enjoyed it. Hit us up, leave any comments, subscribe, like, do whatever you want.